Let's bow our heads as we pray. Most gracious Father, we agree tonight with the message of the song, the melody so graciously gifted us with, that we're here to sing our praises, to share our talents tonight because we love you and we appreciate what you have done for us, for the gift of our children. We anticipate what you will do with these gifts. Father, come and just enjoy our celebration with us tonight. In your name, amen. We will have just a moment and the house lights will be back on, I believe. As you probably noticed, as you came in your bulletin and announcement sheet, the Home and School is a sponsor for this fine event each year. They have worked hard. They do so many things to help build up and work with our staff and our board. And one of the things, and due to the Sabbath hours that we left to this time, they will be coming, some of the ushers will be coming down the aisle and asking for a suggested donation of $1 for adults and 50 cents for children. This goes to help them with the costs and some of their projects, so we appreciate your generosity. And for the dollar exchange, we will give you a slip of paper for your participation to vote as part of the audience. So they'll be coming down now, I believe, at this time. And welcome again to our Talent Festival 1990 Glendale Adventist Academy.
Glendale Academy Talent Festival 1990. On behalf of Craig Moore and myself, we would like for you to know you're in for a real treat tonight with lots of talent. And I will turn some comments over to Craig.
Thank you. If you could just take out your program really quick, we have 2 corrections in it. Under grades K through 4, number 2, Beautiful Feet, will be performed by Shauna Bryant, not Shauna Grant. Also, under the novelty section, if you look under the Candyman, number 24, if you go down a few rows, you'll see the name Nursey Main. Couldn't find anyone at our school named Nursey Main, so we asked Nursey Manez if she would do that part. She most graciously obliged us. Thank you.
And I would like to introduce the judges to you tonight, so if we could have the house lights. Our first judge is Tanya Katsakova. I met Tanya through a friend of mine and actually we finally met tonight, but she came with high recommendations. She has her bachelor's degree in music and her master's degree in music from the School of Music in Moscow and also from Cal State Fullerton. She is presently working on her PhD in music at USC. She's a prize winner of several piano competitions and presently a private piano teacher in Pasadena, active with the MTA, the Music Teachers Association, and also doing adjudication. Tanya Katsakova.
Our second judge tonight is a predecessor of mine. He used to teach instrumental music here at Glendale Academy. In fact, way back in the 1980s, when I was an Academy student, this man sold me a trumpet mouthpiece, which I still use today. Presently works at Faith for Today. He conducts choirs at the Bel Air Presbyterian Church and the Camarillo Seventh-day Adventist Church, Mr. George Swanson.
Our third esteemed judge, Mr. Warren Hayes, a friend of mine that I met a couple of years ago. He's a junior high teacher currently for the LA school system. He has a degree in voice performance. He's a tenor soloist at the Bel Air Presbyterian Church and also at a temple. Isn't that correct? Okay. And he spent many years performing in New York, singing in Broadway shows, and then also television shows here in Los Angeles, such as The Carol Burnett Show and The Danny Kaye Show. If any of you have seen the movie An American Tail, he was the voice of the Irish mouse in the song No Cats in America. Mr. Warren Hayes.
tonight's esteemed master of ceremonies is a man who wears many hats on campus. He's a Bible teacher, pastor, assistant principal, probably most noted as a stand-up comedian. Please welcome tonight's MC, Mr. Rick Hodge.
Good evening, everyone. I heard some barking in the audience. Let's hear that again. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Not bad, not bad. But I didn't hear any parents. Parents, could you at least clap? Okay, that we can accept. I hope you arrived here without any trouble and with the utmost safety. I know that before I came, I had an interesting experience. And this really happened. I hate to even start the program this way, but I thought you might at least be interested in hearing this. When I was on my way here, I had to stop off and make sure that I had everything. So I checked the bags and see that I had everything, and sure enough, I was missing something I needed. So stopped by the store, and it was Vons. When I went into Vons, I noticed there, as I was going down the aisle, a lady kept following me. Everywhere I went, I'd go up one aisle and she seemed to be with her cart going up the same aisle. I'd get around the corner and there she was again. Everywhere I went, she kept looking at me. You know, when somebody does that, you feel a little strange. And so I didn't know quite what to do. And then finally, she seemed to disappear. I was relieved. Until I went to the checkout stand and there she was standing right in front of me in that same checkout stand. She looked at me again and said, "I'm sorry, but you look so much like my son." She said, "And he passed away last year." And I really, at this point, didn't know what to say. In fact, I was just dumbfounded. And so then she said, "Look, could you do me a favor?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe. What is it?" And she said, "Could you please, if I said, 'Son, you call me Mom'?" And I'm like, "What?" Well, you know, and she looks kind of emotionally upset. And so I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And she said, "Thank you, son." And I said, "You're welcome, Mom." She checked out her food and went away. I went up to the check stand and the girl said, "That'll be $60.33. I said, "What do you mean, $60.33? All I have here is one item." She said, "No, your mother just said you were paying for her groceries." I said, "What do you mean, my mother? That's not my mother." She said, "I just heard you call her Mom." I said, "Yeah, but that's not..." I said, "Wait, hold it, please." I see the woman running out to her car. I go outside to the car to chase her. Finally, I catch up with the car. She's just closing the door. I pull it open, grab her leg, and start to pull it, just like I'm pulling yours. I have a few announcements to make. The first being that the house lights are right on me. I can't see anybody. I see all darkness. Of course, I know that's the way I look too, but you understand. I can't see anybody. I have to duck to see you. Let's see, will that work? No, that doesn't work either. Oh well, I'll work with it. I'll talk to nothing. Anyway, tonight, one of the things we have to do as our acts come on is be considerate and courteous of those acts. In other words, some of these are, you know, wee little kids, midgets, you know, and they need your attention because they're already a little bit nervous. And so if you make noise, we won't be able to hear some of the acts. So please, seriously, please, when the acts are up, try to keep the noise down. If you have children, keep them to yourself. because we don't want them running around and creating noise. Now, the other thing I'd like to tell you is that as it starts to get real noisy, it's hard to be heard. And again, you know, the acts are trying to be very careful sometimes to speak or to say things, and when the crowd is talking, you just can't hear, especially if it gets loud in the back or, you know, over on the sides, and it starts to get just real loud, so loud that you can hardly hear. Why don't you please just, no, why don't, shut up! Thank you. I would like now to tell you about a transatlantic flight that was coming across the ocean, and the guy who was coming across the ocean in it was the pilot. He noticed right away that his jumbo jet was suddenly losing its steam. He felt that he was losing one of his engines, so he went over the PA system. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain. There's no need to panic. Do not be alarmed, but one of our engines has gone down, and we'll be arriving about 45 minutes late. Thank you." A few minutes later, the second engine fails. The pilot says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain. I regret to inform you that a second engine has failed and shut down. We can still fly, but we'll have to take it slow, and we'll be 2 hours late. Thank you." In just a half hour's time, a third engine goes down, and the captain gets back on the system and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have just one engine left. It will keep us airborne, but I regret that we'll be 4 hours late." One of the passengers in the plane, a moron, turns to his friend and says, "I can't believe this. Can you believe this? If that last engine fails, we'll be up here all day long." I'd like to introduce them to you. Their names are Gerald Marsh, John Tayloff, Bruce Perron-Grandpa, and Dwayne Atiga. These gentlemen are very sophisticated, and they do not always have the opportunity to share their gifts with you, but you are going to be amazed at what comes out of their voices. These gentlemen will be sharing their talents by voice, and after each one has done their thing, be thinking about the one that you think is the most sophisticated, the one that has the best quality. And then at the end of that, we will have you vote on each one by cheering or clapping. Okay? Thank you. Okay, let us hear it for contestant number 1. And contestant number 2. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 4. Thank you, gentlemen. Actually, that was not our first act. Our first act is about to come on, and this person is Lori Beth Morales. She is going to do a piano solo, and it is titled The American Patrol. We'd like you to hold your applause until at the very end of the performance. Sometimes there are breaks in the performance. At the very end, please hold your applause until then. We bring on Lori Beth Morales. Thank you for that special number. You know, our world is really changing these days. When you look around, the Berlin Wall came down. There's action in Poland. There are things happening in Panama. Everywhere you look around this world, things are changing. Well, thinking about Russia, it's hard to speak anymore about what is happening over there. You can't just say, this is the way Russia is and the way it will continue to be from now on. You basically just have to guess at what's going to be tomorrow, what's going to be next. But one day, there was a Texan, a Frenchman, and a Russian together discussing the Old Testament of the Bible. They were discussing Adam and Eve, and the Texan said, you know, Adam and Eve had to be Texans. He says, because only a gentleman would share their last apple with a lady. The Frenchman said, no, you're mistaken. How else could these two have been so much in love? They were French. The Russian said, you're both wrong. Who but a Russian would walk around with hardly any clothes, have nothing but an apple to share between them, and think they were in paradise? Today, we're not sure what Russia is, but we can't make gross explanations or comparisons because we are soon to find out. In the meantime, let's get away from Russia and go to our next act. Our next act is Shauna Bryant, Tracy Bryant, and Cherie Dickerson. Could you please welcome them?
Hey Tracy and Cherie, you know there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about feet? There is? Well, there is. And it says the feet are beautiful when they carry the good news about Jesus. Oh, I want to have beautiful feet. There are feet that skip and play. There are feet that run away. There are feet that love a race and win or lose.
Clockwork, wasn't it? Okay, well, we'll just move right away to our next act here. Our next act looks like Energizer. They just keep on ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking. Our next act is going to be a reversal from your program. We are going to have John Liu provide a piano solo called Sontina. Thank you. Did I ever tell you what music videos Indians watch? They call them MTP. Our next act will be, once again, Shauna Bryant, and she will perform "O Come, Little Children." I'm not sure what this is, but we'll find out. And just keep on ticking.
Waiter, excuse me. Seems to be a fly in my soup right here.
Well, enjoy them. We've got plenty more.
Oh, thank you.
Our next act will be Jocelyn Rains. She will provide us with a vocal solo titled "Part of That World." While we are getting ready, let me tell you that she's almost 7. She's in 1st grade. She's been at GAA for 2 years, and her favorite hobbies are swimming, ice skating, skiing, art. Her career goals are to be a nurse or a mermaid. Robert Morales, and he will provide a piano solo called Skater's Waltz. Very well done. You know, these youth of ours are so fantastic in what they do, and they're just so cute. I can recall hearing about a teacher in a classroom with a kid, and the teacher asked Mary, "Mary, please come up, and I want to see if you can count." So Mary begins to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teacher says, "Mary, that is fantastic. Great. Now, let me see you count higher than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kids are so unsuspecting in what they do. I can remember when Johnny came home and Johnny brought his report card and he said, Mommy, I almost got 100. And Mommy said, well, Johnny, did you get 98? And he said, no, I got real close. I got 2 zeros. Our next act will be presented by Monique McGuffin. It is a harp solo titled Aria and Rigadan. we're getting ready for Malapion! Malapion! Cover up, please! Cover up quickly! Malapion! Man, those helicopters, they just really scare you when they do that. They kill cats, dogs, and everything. Okay, our next act will be Joseph Kang performing on the saxophone. It will be titled Fantasy Impromptu. And while the fellows are getting ready for this next, I'd like to mention that Joseph is also, from the cheers as you can tell, a member of the school. And he has been here, I don't know how many years. I lost a sheet, so I guess I'll make up things. He's been here 6 years. He's in, I think, 11th grade. Just a little short. No, the truth of the matter is, he'll be coming out right now. I think they're ready. Why don't you come out at this time? Thank you, Joseph, for that special number. Okay, there was a little girl who was told by her teacher to please come forward to the front of the classroom and point out Cuba on the map. And so Susan came up and she looked around, and she finally pointed to an island. And her teacher said, "That's it." Energizer just keeps on ticking and ticking and ticking. To finish the story, Susan comes up, points out the map, and points out an island on the map, and the teacher says, "You're very correct. That is Cuba. Thank you very much, Susan. Have a seat." And then she says, "Alexander, would you come up now and tell us who discovered Cuba?" And he looked right away and said, "Susan." Okay, we are preparing for our next performance, and this will be by Jan Nicholas, a vocal solo titled "Maybe." Our next performance will be by Kathleen Liu, and it is a piano solo. It is titled "The Road to Terpsichore." Our next act will be by Grace O. It is Concerto Number 2 in E Major Allegro. It is a violin solo. are excellent. You know, I'm from Pennsylvania, where it rains. And when it rains there, it can get so high, the water, that it gets up actually to the rooftops if there's a flood. And this is exactly what happened one day. Two kids were sitting on the roof as the rains were coming down, and they watched things just float by them, you know, and a car went by, and it just went on by. And next came a doghouse, and it just floated on by. Then they saw the dog just float on by. Soon, they then saw a hat floating this way, and it came back, then went back again. And they thought to themselves, what is this? A hat that's going one way and then coming back and then coming back again. And the other kid said, oh, that's my dad. He said, come, you know what, or high water. He's cutting the grass. Hat, you can shoot me later. Okay, our next act is by Shireen Toscano. It is a vocal solo, Where Do Broken Hearts Go?
I know it's been some time, but there's something on my mind. You see, I haven't been the same since that cold November day. You said you needed space, but all we found was an empty place. And the only things I learned was that I need you desperately. So here I am,
Marina Augusto, and it is titled Wind Beneath My Wings, a vocal solo.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's the way you always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory. You were
As you may have noticed, it is titled Prelude and Fugue in E minor, Op. 35, number 1, a piano solo. dismissal called Summertime. Okay, our next act is Jonah Miller and Holly Taylor, a vocal duet called Don't Know Much.
Look at this face, I know the years are showing. Look at this life, I still don't know where it's going. I don't know much, I love you, and that may be all I need to know.
Look at his dreams, so big and so bad too.
I don't know much, but I know I love you, I've never broken through.
You near me, sometimes I see so clearly.
The only truth I've ever known is me and you. Look at this man, so blessed with inspiration. Look at this soul, still searching for salvation. I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all I need to know. I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all I need to know. I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all there is to know.
The show, it is called Poem, and it is a flute solo.
not telling you.
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Coach Parrish.
Anyway, our next act will be Cindy Fitzgerald, Love Will Lead You Back, a vocal solo.
Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I
Abraham de Guzman and Anthony Victorio. It is called Dance of the Lights, a Filipino folk dance.
Sabuhay ko'y labis, ang hirap at pasakit.
nice. Thank you. Our next act is called The War Inevitable, 1776 by Joseph Hall, originally by Patrick Henry.
They tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable an adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be next week? Or next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed and a British guard is stationed in every house? Shall we gather strength by a resolution and an action? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying supinely on our backs and hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies have bound us hand and foot? Sir, we are not weak. If we make a proper use of the means which the God of nature have placed in our power, 3 millions of people armed in the holy cause of liberty, and in such a country as that which we possess, are invincible against any force our enemy can send against us. Besides, sir, we have no election. If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. Our chains are forged. Their clanking may be heard on the plains of Boston. The war is inevitable. Let it come. I repeat, sir, let it come. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Why stand we here idle? Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Okay, our next performance is also something unique. It is called The Candyman, and we have a variety of individuals performing this vocal ensemble. Christopher Nicholas, Jan Nicholas, Nicole Nicholas, Cheryl Paw, Myra Paw, Dan Dizon, Jeff Dizon, Marianne Dizon, Marlene Dizon, Nursey Menez, and Anthony Menez. Thank you very much for that last number. We're getting down now to our last lullaby. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. But Malachion, oh no, Malachion, no, Malachion has killed the Energizer. Oh, for the Energizer. The last two acts, Curtis the Great is our next performance, and it is a magic act, indeed, by Curtis Robles. His hobbies are swimming, trumpet, and singing. And his career goals are to be a singer, or an actor, or possibly a magician, or a trumpet player. And so we will soon be graced with the magic art of Curtis Robles.
Abracadabra. The egg has disappeared. Take the scarf and place it over the bag again. Abracadabra. The egg has reappeared. The egg is big. I will now crack it open. Normal thing cards. I would like you guys to shout out numbers and I'll pick one of the numbers that I hear. 8! 2! 7! 7! I will take the 2 coins. Out. Get my one? Play card. Normal play card. Play black. Can you find it yet? There is. To the spades. In the center of the deck, and I will shuffle the deck. I'll place the deck here. 1, 2, hold it. Something went wrong. Got it. I will take these 3 quarters and place it into this coin box. As you can tell, all the quarters are in. I will take this piece of paper, plain piece of paper, and place it here. Close the box. The paper is in. I will take these pencils and stick it through the coins. 1, 2, 3. All the pencils are through the coins. I will now remove the pencils. I will remove the sheet of paper. As you can tell, the holes are there for the pencils. And there are the coins. I will take these 3 records, 1, 2, 3. I will place them in the record holder. I will take the red scarf and place it through the hole about halfway. Abracadabra. The record is red. Yellow spark through the hole, about halfway. Abracadabra. The record is yellow. As you can tell, I still have one black record left. I will now take this blue scarf and place it in the hole. Abracadabra. The record is blue. Most people think that the rest of the black records are still in here, but they aren't. I will take this pitcher of dyed water and pour it into here. I will now open this up, and as you can tell, there's no water in the paper. I'll take this piece of rope. I will cut this piece of rope. I will tie it into a knot. I now have the two pieces of rope tied together. But I really don't like the knot there, so I think I'll move it down here. No, not there. Oh, here. Well, no, more like that. I'll tell you the truth, I really don't like the knot at all. This needle is steel, and I will place it through this balloon, and hopefully it won't pop. The needle has gone through the balloon.
we've come down to our final act this evening, and it is Merrick Lopez. Merrick is Ventriloquist, and the title of his show is Scotty and Me. Please give him the opportunity to be heard.
Bright lights. Good evening.
Evening.
Thank you.
Evening.
So, Scotty, how do you feel tonight?
Well, to tell you the truth,
Well, tell me the truth.
I feel great.
Really? Well, did you know that I feel great too?
Good. Well, why do you feel great?
Well, I guess I feel great because you feel great, that's all.
Well, if you feel great, because I feel great, then isn't it great if you feel great, that I feel great, you feel great?
It's pretty great. But we better get started and stop fooling around because we haven't even introduced ourselves yet.
Oh, really? Well, my name is Scotty, and it's nice to meet you.
You don't introduce yourself to me.
Oh,
Introduce yourself to the audience.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. But, see, I'd better ask the first question, so how are you doing in school?
Well, great.
You sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely great.
Well, yesterday I just ran into your teacher.
Good. Did you knock her down?
Not quite, but you did tell me that you failed every single class that you took. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Then which class didn't you fail?
Let me think. History.
History. Well, at least you didn't fail every class.
Not really.
Not really. Why?
Well, I didn't take history.
And she also told me that she failed your biggest test of the year. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, what did she have to say about it?
Well, while we were in class, she said, okay, I want all of you people who failed the test to stand up.
And you stood up?
No, do you think I'm a dunny?
Well, come to think of it.
Be quiet. Anyway, when no one stood up, she said, okay, I want all of you people who are dunnies to stand up right now. And she stood up.
And you stand up too?
Well, yes.
At least you're being honest.
That's what she said.
And I suppose you said something back, right?
Right.
So what did you say?
Well, I said, teacher, I'm not standing up because I'm a dunny. It's because I don't want to see you standing there all by yourself.
I suppose that's why you're sent to the principal's office, right?
Right.
How was it?
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Why wasn't it that bad?
That's how I met Linda.
Oh, I suppose she's your girlfriend.
Right. Well, actually, she's one of them.
You have more?
Yeah.
Well, what are their names?
You know Linda, and there's Jane and Lassie.
Lassie, wait. Isn't she a dog?
If you think Lassie's a dog, you should see Jane and Linda.
But how does she look like?
Well, she has a face like a saint.
Saint?
Yeah, a Saint Bernard. And she's really big.
Well, you didn't want a skinny toothpick, did you?
No, I didn't want a whole lumberyard either.
Oh boy. But what does her face look like?
Well, it looks like $1 million.
$1 million, but you've never seen $1 million before.
Yeah, she looks like something I'd never seen before in my life. teasing your girlfriend? Well, not really. But what? I do eat food. Food, well, that's an interesting hobby. What kind of foods do you eat? See, there's hamburgers, hot dogs, and iced milk. Iced milk. Thank you. What's iced milk? You don't know what iced milk is? Look, if I knew, I wouldn't ask, okay? Okay. Well, what do you have with ice and coffee? Iced coffee, right. So what do you have if you put ice in, let's say, tea? Iced tea, right. So what would you have if you put ice in ink? Ice and ink. I stink, right. I know you stink, but you don't have to tell the whole world.
I think you'd better apologize.
What does that mean?
It means to say you are sorry.
Okay, so say you are sorry. You are sorry.
No, you have to say that I'm sorry.
I just did. You're the sorriest guy I've ever. Look out, guys. He's mad. And when he's mad, he gets ugly. I'm not mad. Dogs get mad. That's what I said. You're mad. I'm angry, and you're ugly. Do you know he takes ugly pills?
Now cut that out.
Why?
Because I think you'd better apologize again.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
You're sorry what?
I'm sorry, you're so ugly.
You know what? I think you'd better go.
Why?
Because people are getting tired of us.
Yeah, just on you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Merrick and Company. Well, we've come to the end of a fruitful evening. We've had many performances and acts, and the students who have participated in this event tonight have worked very hard to show their talents. Now, when you do this, naturally, there is competition involved. But you should at least know that there should be competition with oneself ahead of competition with everyone else. If all you do is do better than you did the last time, you have done fantastic. And the entourage that have been with us throughout the night and doing various things are going to show you with a final display of what individual competition is all about when it's aimed at you and not necessarily at others. Curtains, please.
What's that? What is that? Don't pick it up. Whoa, what is that? Who are you? I know you. Think you're good, huh? But I'm stronger. You gonna get it? I'm gonna win. There's no way you will win. Think you're good? I can do better. I haven't even shown anything yet. Watch. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win now. You're losing. See, I can tell you're tired. See, I told you I'd win. I'm getting tired of this, man. This hurts. Forget it.
Okay, we have come to the conclusion. Could we have the house lights, please? At this time, we want to get our audience to do the voting, and this is your opportunity to give your choices. Please, only those who are seated, because it's too difficult to collect from those against the wall. So only those who are seated we would like to collect from. We want you to indicate your favorite performance by putting the number. All you have to do is put the number on that sheet of paper you were given at the beginning of the program. And then, when you've got it written, pass it to the end, both ends, pass it to the end, and it will be collected. Okay? And the middle section will have you pass it to my right, your left. Okay, mark those now, please. And it is Beautiful Feet with Shauna Bryan, Sherry Nicholson, and Tracy Bryan. Would you please come up and receive an award? A nice trophy for a third prize winner, K through 4. Second prize, K through 4, goes to Lori Beth Morales. And first prize, K through 4, is a tie between Jockey Raines and John Liu. I'm sure we'll supply him with the appropriate trophy. Okay. Then the next category are grades 5 through 8. This is the third prize winner, Jan Nicholas. The second prize winner for 5 through 8 is also a tie between Monique McGuffin and Jennifer Ranchez. And then our first prize winner in the 5 through 8th grades goes to Grace O. In our next category, we do not have a third prize winner, but we have second and first, and this is in grades 9 through 12. The second place winner goes to Joan Romero and Robbie Taylor. And then our first place winner in grades 9 through 12 goes to Joanne Chang. In the novelty category, our third place winner goes to the Dance of Lights, Dulce Imperial, Silly Jane Imperial, Abraham the Gooseman, and Anthony Victorio. The second place winner in the novelty category goes to the Candyman. Christopher Nicholas, Jan Nicholas, Nicole Nicholas, Cheryl Paul, Myra Paul, Dan Dizon, Jeff Dizon, Marianne Dizon, Marlene Dizon, Nursey Menez, and Anthony Menez. And then, first place winner of the novelty category goes to Merrick Lopez. And now we have 3 remaining awards. One is the Design Award, Audience Award, and then Grand Prize. We will do the Design Award first. This goes to Dania Ramirez, and that is for designing your bulletin. Next, we have our Audience Award, and it looks like you voted first place, Merrick Lopez. And we come down to the final award. This is the Grand Prize Award for the evening. And our Grand Prize winner is Linda Cho. Would you give all the contestants, those who won and lost, a big hand?
I'd like to thank Rick very much and his helpers. He's done a great job for helping us out, and especially Ned Brown. Thank you, Ned, on the lights and the sound. Thank you.
You are dismissed. Please go straight home.